What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about Fortnite's new Winterfest update. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, comment down below what you think of this Winterfest update. Let's get right into the changes. So the first is going to be that in the menu, you will notice that the Winter Lodge is back. And each day you will be able to open a present in here like every other Fortnite Winterfest. And then there will also be several holiday skins coming to the item shop as well over the course of this winter event. If you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. As far as map changes go, we got a new POI called Clawsy Lodge. And this replaces the inn that was there previously. And this is actually a pretty solid drop spot. You have several kind of small to medium-sized buildings. They all kind of fit the winter vibe. Like, this area kind of reminded me of like Happy Hamlet somewhat from, you know, the Season 7 OG. The katana that could spawn outside here still has potential chance to spawn, so that was not altered. And there is more snow added to the map as well, but the entire map is not covered. The main POI change we got is Clawsy Lodge. Then there's some, other minor changes around the map as well. There's Christmas trees with chests that I believe were added to every POI. At least every POI I went to had these Christmas trees with chests there. And in the past, it's kind of been something they did at every named location. So there's a lot more loot added to the map, which is nice for helping you off spawn, hopefully leading to you getting what you actually want to get. There is a quest, like a mini quest, kind of like how we had in the Simpsons season, where you can get things out of chests that you will need to bring to Winterfest NPCs, and then they will give you loot and reward for doing that as well. There were several Winterfest items added to the loot pool. We got the Sneaky Snowman, the Snowball Launcher, the Blizzard Grenade, Presents, and Icy Feet. All of these items are returning from past Winterfest, and most of them don't really affect the game too much, in my opinion. The biggest is just going to be Presents, because you can throw it down and then get a weapon, and typically a utility item as well. There is a chance you will get shockwaves out of these Presents, so that's really nice. But you can also just get heals as well. The Snowball Launcher might see some use, but I feel like the Sneaky Snowman, Blizzard Grenade, and Icy Feet are just never really that sought after of items. The purple slurp juice was unvaulted, and then the shield keg, I believe, was just added to the loot that you can get from the presents, but it might be in the more general loot pool as well now. I'm not entirely sure on that. One interesting mechanic with this update is that there is a way to get OG weapons. So there's two ways that you're going to be able to do this. The first is going to be using the DeLorean from Back to the Future. If you go fast enough in the DeLorean, you'll go back to the future, and with you, you will bring an OG chest that you'll be able to open after the animation concludes, and this will give you a weapon from Fortnite's past. There also is a rift anomaly, which spawns these OG chests as well. They will be marked on your map. With the DeLorean, it can only be done once per DeLorean car. You can't just spawn countless OG chests. If the DeLorean hasn't been used yet in the match you're in, it will be marked on your map once you're close enough. And there are several DeLorean cars on the map. So there's not just one, there's several. But it is a one-time use per car type thing. And the OG weapons you can get from doing this with the DeLorean or that rift anomaly are going to be the regular pump shotgun, the assault rifle, the hunting rifle, the drum gun, the compact SMG, the minigun, the 6-shooter, the infantry rifle, and the lever action shotgun. And to my knowledge, when you get one of these weapons, it will just always drop at the highest available rarity. So the pump, AR, hunting rifle, compact SMG, you all get gold. I believe the drum gun's highest rarity is blue. But most of these weapons are going to be gold unless it's one of those niche weapons that doesn't actually have a legendary version. I think of these, the most impactful is probably just going to be the pump shotgun. The hunting rifle will obviously have a lot of people that enjoy it. The minigun is, an interesting weapon. But a lot of them are on the lesser use side, or like they're not very good, so I don't know how much you'll really see people using them. There is another Winterfest rift anomaly that spawns bubbles with snowmen in them. Like, it spawns a big shield bubble, and then inside the shield bubble there will be snowmen. And if you get inside the snowman, inside the bubble, it will actually heal your health and shields. This is like a useful way to heal, especially if you only need a little bit of health. It doesn't heal super fast though, so it's not like something that like you're gonna go from very weak to 200 HP immediately. It takes a decent amount of time. So if an enemy is running from you and goes into one of these, it's not like they're just going to be immediately full HP or anything like that. The Yule Trooper boss was apparently added to the game as well, but I did not see him today. He drops a mythic hollow SMG with an added effect where it shoots faster when you aim down the sights. I've used this weapon in creative and it is pretty good, but I'm not the biggest fan of the hollow SMG in general. In build mode, it would probably be pretty good. And then I've been told his ability, if you transform into Yule Trooper, gives you the icy feet effect. So it's not an effect I want. I made a video earlier this week about how you shouldn't become a boss because it's something that will probably negatively affect you more than it helps you. And I feel the same way about this Yule Trooper's ability as well. I don't think the ability is good. I don't think it's worth, removing your ability to regen overshield. I don't think it's worth marking yourself on the map. So I would not recommend becoming the Yule Trooper boss. But if you like using the hollow SMG, then getting the mythic one from him will be a nice benefit for you. There also was several weapon balance changes today. But as of now, I feel like nothing in these changes really changed the game too much for me. But maybe in a day or two, I may make a video going over them more in depth and kind of explaining if the meta changed at all. It's kind of hard to gauge off just one day of playtime, or, a few hours of playtime, not a day. The Vengeful Sniper did get +5 damage for every rarity, but it still won't be able to one-hit a full HP opponent with a headshot. The headshot multiplier is only 2x, so the Legendary doing 98 damage, it's not 200 in build mode, and it's not 250 in zero build. So the main kind of thing that people are looking for with a sniper is still not going to be happening with the Vengeful Sniper. The Sovereign Shotgun got a lot of changes. It got its spread reduced, making it more accurate. And the fire rate when aimed in was increased. The damage was also increased, and it will now reload faster. So the way the Sovereign Shotgun works is that aiming in gave you a huge accuracy benefit, but to get this, you had a slower fire rate when you aimed in. Now that penalty you get for aiming in is not as significant as far as fire rate goes. It is noticeably faster with the ADS shot than it previously was. But overall, while these sound like a lot of changes and they're all good changes, it didn't really affect how I felt about the Sovereign Shotgun. It's still not really something I would prefer to use, and I think I would definitely still prefer to use the Iron Pump Shotgun. So this is one of those things where I kind of want more time to play with it to really formulate an opinion, but I think the Iron Pump Shotgun is still what I would prefer over the Sovereign for sure. The dual micro SMGs got improved range, reload speed, and mag size. So if you like the dual micro SMGs, just straight bonus. The Hollow Rush SMG got improved damage range. So it will do slightly more damage at range than it did before. But its damage at range was already so low that improving it, sure, it's nice, but it doesn't automatically mean that it's a lot, It's still going to be a pretty weak weapon at longer ranges, but maybe this is one of those things that over time, if this weapon gets another buff or two, we might actually see it be quite good. And if you are someone who likes sniping, running the Hollow Rush SMG and the sniper was already a decent combo. Probably a little bit better now with both of those weapons getting buffed. The Deadeye AR got nerfed. Its hipfire accuracy was reduced, so your spread is going to be larger when hipfiring. And it also got added recoil when aimed in. I didn't notice either of these changes while playing today. I thought it was still very easy to shoot the weapon straight, and the hipfire still felt fine to me. So they didn't kill this weapon by any means. The TAC AR got its recoil reduced and reload speed increased. I didn't know the TAC AR had recoil, but both of those changes are an improvement for the gun. Not enough to make me want to use it over the Deadeye AR. And then the same is going to be true of the Enforcer AR. It got its damage increased and its accuracy improved, but still I think the Deadeye AR is far and away the best AR in the loot pool. Grenades will now deal more damage to players, but less to structures. That way they can be used as a weapon, but not just completely remove builds in build mode. And then the final change is that stamina will now start to regenerate a bit faster once it does start to regen. So the time between, you stopping sprinting and stamina starting to regen, that was reduced. So you will regenerate stamina a little bit faster. This wasn't a huge noticeable change to me, but it's one of those things where I'll take any benefit we can get there. It's not like you're just going to be unlimited stamina all the time now, but sure, regenning faster is a bit nicer. So those were the balance changes. As I said, none of them really affected the balance for me too much. If they really nerfed the Deadeye AR, then maybe the TAC AR and the Enforcer AR's buffs would have mattered a bit more to me. but the Deadeye AR is still like head and shoulders above those weapons. And then same with the shotguns. I think the Iron Pump is just head and shoulders above the Sovereign. And so that's what I would want to use. More testing, maybe I feel differently, but that's how I feel right now. And that is going to be it for this video and the changes and this Winterfest update. I really liked the new POI that was added, but let me know down in the comments below what your favorite change was. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.